talk about roller derby. Early 70s. Lots of roller derby movies. 1972, two of them. First one we're talking about, the Kansas City Bomber.
In the world of roller games, there's room at the top for only one. And there's only one Kansas City Bomber. Raquel Welch is the Kansas City Bomber. And she's the hottest thing on wheels.
Casey, go, Casey, go! Casey Carr up in front. The Bomber is at it again.
What I'm going to say, I don't want general knowledge. But when I was scouting you, I was looking for someone I can build into a key personality. I just wanted you to know you weren't brought to Portland to be just another figure on the payroll.
Ladies, let's be ladies here.
Hey, listen, big brother, you're a big fat tubble on. You can't skate any better than you look. Okay, I challenge you to a match race right here next Saturday. Baby, you got it.
This is the world of roller games, where the only thing more dangerous than the competition is some of the fans.
Don't laugh at me!
Jackie Burdette. Vivian's trying to get in the middle of it.
You and Jackie can't stay on the same team.
Anytime, any place, sugar puss. I can tell you right now, Casey Carr will start packing all her bras.
Sooner or later, the two of you are going to have it out with a match race.
A match race? You must be joking, man.
Jackie gets what she wants.
Why, baby, you're a big mouth. How about right now?
You get what you want.
Sure, come on.
I told her that there was only room for one of you on the Portland team, and I didn't care which one.
Who will it be? Will it be Jackie Burdette leaving, or will it be Casey leaving?
Come on.
I know I'm not going to miss it.
I hope you don't think I intended for this to happen.
Didn't you?
Yes.
In the world of roller games, there's room at the top for only one.
Barry Sandler wrote Making Love, the first American film to deal with homosexuality and crimes of passion. His film script, written as his master's degree thesis at UCLA, was Kansas City Bomber. He always had Raquel Welch in the lead and said Raquel was a huge star at the time, kind of like a pop culture goddess. They thought it'd be great to see her as a roller derby queen. It seemed like a perfect meshing of pop culture with that role. Sandler personally delivered the script to her house, and her husband, Patrick Curtis, bought the script for Kurtwell Productions. Get it? You get where it comes from? Raquel, Kurtwell. They were way ahead of the benefit. The original idea changed somewhat, as Sandler told Stone Cold Jeff. It was a dark, gritty character piece, more in the vein of Requiem for a Heavyweight. It's all about this young woman from Kansas who goes out to Hollywood dreaming of fame and fortune, making it in the movies, and she's really not good enough. But she's desperate to make her name and get attention. She struggles and struggles, but never makes it. Then one day, she meets this kind of beat up, bruised up, burnout ex-roller derby queen who kind of takes her under her wing and coaches her, tries to get her involved in the roller derby. Sort of shows her becoming a roller derby star, and the irony is that she makes it. But she's a bad girl, though. A girl who gets hissed at, beat up, and spit on every week. The irony is she is able to find the stardom she yearned for, but not as a movie star. Star at the roller derby track, getting booed and spit at. So it's kind of dark, much grittier and different, almost like Midnight Cowboy. This was originally going to be made at Warner Brothers, and he believed that they would have stayed true to what he wrote. Warner Brothers was a much more adventurous studio at the time. They were making The Devils. They sure were. And A Clockwork Orange, Performance. They stuck with those kind of movies. MGM wanted to see Raquel in a tight roller derby jersey running around a track. Listen, they weren't stupid. They were smart to do that. Certainly made a lot of money, and it would have been a much riskier project to go the other way. They weren't sure whether Raquel could pull it off. I think she could have. They wanted to play much safer and go with a more straight-on roller derby story. Now, roller derby, believe it or not, I've said it on a past episode, totally different sport than this today. Imagine if pro wrestling, women got into it and started doing it for real. That's exactly what happened with roller derby. Roller derby was a work. The sport had its origins in the bank track roller skating marathons of the 30s. It became a competitive sport thanks to Leo Seltzer and Damien Runyon. Yes, the short story writer. In 1940, after more than 5 million spectators watched in 50 American cities, roller derby finally made it to TV and New York television. By the 60s, it aired on several national networks. Of the competitors of Seltzer, who owned the name roller derby, Roller Games was started by Herb Roberts and bought by Bill Griffiths Jr. and Jerry Hill. By the 1960s, there were teams in Baltimore, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Philadelphia, Florida, and Hawaii, with leagues in Canada, Mexico, Australia, and Japan. The biggest team and where the TV was taped, of course, Los Angeles with the LA Thunderbirds, was such a big deal in 72 that an interleague match between the Thunderbirds of Roller Games, the Midwest Pioneers, set a roller derby attendance record at Chicago's Comiskey Park at 50,118 people. Yet by 1975, Roller Games had disbanded. Many of the skaters started local circuits, kind of how pro wrestling has survived the ups and downs of popularity. By the 80s, there were 2 TV shows at the same time, Roller Jam and Roller Games, but the revival didn't take, except for the people like me who remember watching the original games on UHF TV. Welch understood what the sport was all about, telling the New York Times, the game is almost show business. It's a carnival atmosphere, but I can understand its popularity. Most of the spectators are basic people. Yeah, this is small people, Raquel. And there's something cathartic about watching people get dumped. The yelling creates a certain kind of intensity. The type of violence draws you in, makes you involved. The skaters are tough, but I think all women are tough. The skaters aren't any tougher than most of the women in the world underneath. Skating is a batchy, sweaty, funky life. I don't know, do another film about it. I've done my number, but I enjoyed it. Who else was out there like Raquel? You're going to be typecast as only doing roller skating movies. She plays Casey Carr, has just left her team in Kansas City. Bad pick of initials, huh? To start life all over again at Portland, to skate for the Loggers. It's all because the owner, Bert Henry, Kevin McCarthy, a man who was turned into a pod person, wants her. She dates him without knowing. He manipulates the team, extending her best friend and roommate, Lovey, Mary Kay Pass, from Nurse Sherry to another team, and gets the crowd to drive horrible Hank Hopkins crazy after he realizes the older player has a crush on KC. He has a plan to get out of Portland and go to Chicago, bringing her along. He sets up a feud between her and Jackie Burdett, which will lend to her leaving just as she lost a match at the start of the movie with Big Bertha, who is really Philadelphia Warrior skater Patty Moo Moo Calvin. By this point, she knows he's a liar, and instead of throwing the fight, she wins. The actual fight got out of hand, supposedly between Raquel Welch and Helena Kalinotes, with the sex symbol getting punched right in the face. She also suffered bruised knees, a spasm in her trapezius, her hematomas on her head, several headaches, and a broken wrist that delayed filming for 2 months. I can only imagine she called the other actress one of the small people, and finally she had enough. The most harrowing scenes were when Casey stops in Fresno to visit her 2 children and live with her bitter mother. Her son Walt refuses to speak to her as he worries about her getting hurt. Her daughter Rita, young Jodie Foster, and when not wearing a wig, and when Hank confides that he hates rounding up the crowd and how beat up he is, made me think of the many aging heels that I've met in wrestling. The battles between Casey and Jackie make up much of the film, including one battle where they tumbled on a hill and are almost hit by a train before being saved by team coach Vivian. I will say Kalinotes got a Golden Globe nomination for this film. Real roller derby venues in Kansas City, Fresno, and Portland were used for the scene, and stars Judy Arnold. Judy Arnold was the skating double for Welch. She's the captain of the Philadelphia Warriors at this time. Ralph Valadez is the owner of every important scoring speed endurance record in this living legend. He was a member of the T-Birds for he was the player, coach, and manager for 38 years. Danny Carrot Top, Riley, T-Bird, Ronnie, Psycho Reigns, and T-Bird, and later New York Bomber, Captain Judy Swinski, one of the best jammers in the game. King Richard Brown, the Body Beautiful, Tenet Kadarmas, announcer Dick Lane, and John Hall, a former skater who became the infield manager for the Detroit Devils. Director Gerald Freeman mostly worked in TV, directing TV movies that are pretty good, like A Cold Night's Death, Unholy Matrimony, The Boy Drank Too Much, The Comeback, and the O.J. Simpson Story as Alan Smithy. He also helmed episodes of The Night Gallery and The X-Files, and he wrote and directed the Charles Bronson movie Borderline. The script was written by Thomas Rickman, who did Coal Miner's Daughter, and Calvin Clements Sr., who wrote 66 episodes of Gunsmoke. Perhaps most oddly, Phil Ochs was approached to write a theme song for this movie. His song was rejected, but A&M Records still put it out. He hoped to publicly debut the song at the Olympic Auditorium during a Roller Games taping. Thunderbirds owner Bill Griffith Sr. said thanks, but no thanks. Welch claimed this is the first of her movies that she liked. She isn't always the heroine in this. And despite her look, she comes off tough. I wish she'd made more movies like this, not more roller derby movies. We don't want you to get typecast. Roger Corman found out this was getting made and created his own roller derby film, Let's talk about that one.
The banked track, the pack, the blockers, the jammer, and the screaming fans who love every minute of it. It's the action-packed sport of roller derby. This is Karen. The fans love her, but to her teammates, she's trouble.
They come to see the likes of me, not your little Beverly or any of the other broads. They come to see a star.
Follow her rise to Queen of the Ring in Unholy Rollers, a whirlwind tale of speed, sex,
Kiss me.
and stardom flying at you with crash-through impact. Featuring Betty Ann Reeves.
Well, they think they're going to make that new kid a star overnight. They're going to have to deal with me first.
Louis Quinn.
You stop selling tickets, you're dead.
And Playboy Playmate of the Year, Claudia Jennings.
Hey, are you a real doctor?
Unholy Rollers. A locker room look at the toughest broads in the world.
Has been traded down to the San Diego Demon.
Unholy Rollers. If you're going to watch only one of these movies, I hate that internet stuff. Like, you can only pick one of these. But here, if we can only pick one of these, we will only pick Unholy Rollers. There's a time, again, the roller derby was the biggest thing in the world. But roller derby, you know, as we said, was predetermined, and Unholy Rollers has no problem telling you that. Right off the bat, it explains how everything has to go according to the game plan, how fights and falls really work. Look, and maybe in your world, Raquel Welch is the most beautiful person of 1972, but we're in my world. Claudia Jennings is the star of this movie. I love Claudia Jennings. She plays Karen. She wants a better life than working in a can factory, but no idea how to do so until she discovers roller derby. Unlike any other rags to riches story you watch, Karen might be the hero, but she is a horrible person. She uses and abuses everyone in her way, and the fact she becomes a star by going against the script goes to her head, leading to her never trust anyone. Along the way, she battles her team star, Mickey Martinez, played by Betty Ann Reeves from Sugar Hill, a tough, muscular lesbian who comes onto her. This leads to the entire team stripping Karen in a bar and her having an affair with the team captain, Nick. This affair starts with her riding on his bike, shooting his gun at LA landmarks, then kicking his ass in the track, and then getting ass on said track. In the ending, Karen knows she's on the way out, so she flips out on everyone, her opponents, the team, the audience, cars in the parking lot, and even raises her fist and flips off the police as the camera rolls. As the credits roll, this is a grimy, tough little movie. Plenty of fun to be had. Roberta Collins is in it. So is Joey Tata, Nat from The Peach Pit. It's directed by Vernon Zimmerman, who also wrote Teen Witch. Top that. And directed Fade to Black. It's edited by Martin Scorsese. Right? Martin Scorsese edited Unholy Rollers. Anyways, there's other roller movies that you can find. We could talk Solar Babies at some point, if you'd like. We can talk Rollerball, not the sequel, remake, whatever the hell that thing was. But if you're looking for, there's a lot of documentaries about roller derby. Drew Barrymore made a roller derby movie a couple of years ago, right? But I think just watch Unholy Rollers. Anyway, this is BNS About Movies. I am Sam. I have never skated, but
You've been listening to B&S About Movies. Visit the site at bnsaboutmovies.com. You can also donate to the show at ko-fi.com/B&S About Movies.